Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Perillo, and you've tuned in to another live Star Wars Radar video. Thank you for turning on notifications, for subscribing, for following, just like 48,000 of you have done on Twitter. Very happy to have you here with me virtually. Maybe you've joined in the chat room. That seems to grow by the week, which isn't bad. We've been able to make a few different connections in there with fellow Star Wars fans, whether it's just discussing the latest theories or talking about collecting. I like it all. It's Star Wars to me. And so is today's topic. 3 possibilities that I could think of as to why Snoke really needed to die in The Last Jedi. I know, just like every other Star Wars topic I care to cover, this is probably steeped in controversy, but I don't think it's all that controversial. It surprised me. It really did. I wasn't expecting Snoke to basically die. And some people have suggested that he hasn't really died. I don't know if I'd go that far. I think he really has died. I think that book is now done, that the chapter is finished. He is no more. He is now an ex-Supreme Leader. So the 3 possibilities that I came up with included that it's simply not his story. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. It's not his story. This isn't about Snoke at all. Like, Snoke has been there for sure. I mean, he was in The Last Jedi. He was in The Force Awakens. But it's not his story. He's a supportive role. We don't really need to know that much more about Snoke to move the story forward. Would it be interesting? Sure. We didn't need to know a lot about Boba Fett or Admiral Akbar to know that they were supportive roles. Now, Snoke, of course, you would imagine, would be playing a key role, a vital role, as to the progression of the story within this particular sequel trilogy. And I wouldn't disagree. In fact, the possibility number 2 is that he had served his true purpose in relation to the story. Not in relation to a backstory, which is yet to be seen. I'd imagine we may get a book, a comic arc, possibly. I'd like to see that, certainly. But maybe he did what he needed to do. He brought Rey and Kylo together. Or maybe he just brought Kylo to the point where Kylo was just going to do what Kylo seems to do. And so Snoke served his purpose. He didn't need to do anything else. Right? Now some would argue, well, wait a minute, what's going to happen in episode 9? Snoke, the big bad leader that we don't know anything about, is gone. How could this be? Well, that kind of leads me into possibility number 3. It now opens up the arcs in episode 9. Remember, you can't fully judge, and I said this about The Force Awakens when they released, episode 7. You can't fully judge each one of these films until the full trilogy has been released, and I believe that's still very much the case. But now 9 is a huge question mark. Anybody who would claim, well, it's exactly like the original trilogy, this was like Empire and that was like Empire, yeah, but, we certainly had Palpatine. We didn't necessarily know his name. We knew he was the Emperor, right? And he came there at the end, and Luke defeated him, and actually Vader kind of defeated him there in Return of the Jedi. Spoilers! I think we're past the point of even mentioning spoilers for Return of the Jedi. If you've not yet seen Return of the Jedi, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, or why I care. I do care. I really do care about these particular topics. So, episode 9 is now in the air. What's going to happen? We don't know. We don't really have a formula that hasn't or had not been challenged within episode 8. Not just this portion of the story. I would have imagined that our dear Supreme Leader Snoke, with his giant ring there, would have survived. Like, we would have imagined this. We would have expected this. But that's the one thing with episode 8, The Last Jedi, you gotta expect the unexpected. And that's exactly what happened. He ain't coming back. So those are the 3 possibilities for why I believe Snoke needed to die in The Last Jedi. One, it's simply not his story. Two, he had served his true purpose, whatever that is, and that's probably up for debate as well. I had my idea. And then the third reason or possibility would be that it opens up arcs in Episode 9, because if Snoke was around, you knew what was going to happen. Imagine if Luke survived and Snoke survived. Well, obviously Luke's going to come back and he's going to knock off Snoke. Or Rey's going to defeat Snoke. Or what's going to happen is Kylo's going to follow his grandfather's footsteps and overthrow the Supreme Leader. Well, this movie, again, upended everything that we would have considered as what would be the way we would expect it to be. And that's all the more reason why I do appreciate Ryan's take on this particular episode. So, Snoke needed to die. I really don't care if you wanted to know more about him. He's an ex-Supreme Leader. He's not coming back. I would be surprised, shocked, if he came back. And I'm sure there's a contingent out there who's still suggesting that he's going to be resurrected somehow, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Kenobi53 asks, since this is a live video, do you think that either Yoda or Luke will return as a Force ghost in Episode 9? I don't think so. I mean, that may be a topic worth diving deeper into, or more deeply into, in a future video with y'all. But, I think Yoda had his day, so to speak, with the igniting of the tree and, meeting up with Luke again there on the island. I don't think Yoda would come back. I don't think Obi-Wan is going to come back at all. I think we're past that. And I'm not sold on the idea of even Luke coming back, because I'm not sure it's Luke's story. It's Rey's story. It's Kylo's story. In their supportive roles, but I'm not sure how Rey or even Luke would necessarily benefit from the reappearance of Luke, unless it was something completely unexpected. Certainly, I would not expect Luke to reappear in a reasonable fashion. I know it sounds really odd. I want it to be unreasonable. I want it to be unexpected, shocking. Like, what? To make me think and wonder, and really, wake up to realizing that I think they're doing the story that as it's unfolding a great degree of justice, and I would hope to see a finer point put on that with the release of Episode 9. That's today's topic. Now I'm diving into another happy thing, and that would be the removing from the packaging several objects. Oh, my Force Link band. That's what they call this thing, right? Force Link? I always seem to forget what it's called. I'm going to try Snoke again, and someone even suggested yesterday that their Snoke didn't work either. South, I think, even suggested that his Snoke didn't work. Come on. You can do it.
There's been an awakening.
I got Snoke to work! That's obviously not Andy Serkis's voice. Okay.
You're a dead man. The Raptor has escaped!
Sorry, Balatik was... He was down there. That's what happened there.
You're a dead man.
Okay, I'm going to set Balatik over by Snoke and show you what I intended on showing you from Chirag Bodkar, one of the moderators in our Discord chat server, which everybody's welcome to join. He goes by the handle Sheev there, and I would assume you would know what Sheev is, or who Sheev is. Do I really need to explain that to Star Wars fans? Palpatine's first name, Sheev. That was a surprise to me when that detail leaked. I'm like, okay, well, I guess he had to have a name. I got the Master and Apprentice vehicles. These apparently have run for about 99 cents, a series of 8 of them, and unlike the character cars, they are Hot Wheels. This particular set are Hot Wheels. This is, let's see here, the Snoke and Kylo car. What really sets these vehicles apart, aside from them being Star Wars vehicles, obviously, is the paint application. Really, I'd assume kind of like what would be the paint application on the vehicles themselves. In many cases, you'll see the word Star Wars, and in some cases, you'll actually see show names on the hood or the roof, or possibly even the tail of these particular vehicles. But on the side of the vehicles, you have a Master and an Apprentice. And so that's that car. I definitely want to open all of these. This one is Darth Maul and Darth Sidious. When he's looking like that, I think he's totally Darth Sidious. Hang on just a second. Let me try to remove this vehicle from the packaging without damaging it too much. And you'll notice, look, there's a kind of like a lightsaber glow behind the vehicles. Not a lot of fancy packaging here with the cars. Still, they're nice. So they are traditional Earthbound vehicles. I'll read them off here at the end. But as I said before, what really separates them is the Star Wars branding on the vehicles. These would have been wonderful to have when I was substantially younger. They're still wonderful to have. This is, as I know him, the Emperor and Darth Vader. Yet another Darth Vader vehicle that I have. I tend to, if I don't chase down entire sets, and thank you, Chirag, for sending this along. Today's mail call. I love mail call. It's like my favorite part of the day. I usually just try to chase, if I can't get the full sets, the Vader vehicles. Love this one with the red tinted glass windows on the car. Star Wars on the hood with kind of the Imperial wall design. Really love that. And of course on the side you have the two characters highlighted on that particular vehicle. Like, you know, our options were limited growing up in the 80s. Really, really limited. If you'd like to know what it was like to grow up in the 80s, my recommendation is that you watch The Toys That Made Us? I think that's the name of the new series that's running right now. They've got 4 episodes out of 8 currently published, highlighting Star Wars toys. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you. We've got the blue lightsaber that back there with Kanan and Ezra. Their arc is not yet complete, but you know, still, they're Star Wars, and so I love them. I do. I know I'm not the only one who loves the Star Wars toys out there. See, I don't have a favorite part of fandom. I just enjoy everything as much as I possibly can. Well, anyway, the Toys That Made Us. I should show you. Yoda and Luke. Again, I think their story's done. I think that's it. I don't think we're going to see them again. I know a lot of fans would like to see them, but unless there's a reason for them to come back, I wouldn't hold my breath. Okay, I'm holding on to the packaging, if only because they're fun to hold on to. Yeah, it's kind of like flashcards, right? Nice art, nice box art. There's the vehicle, obviously. Let's see here. We've got up front, it just looks like the Rebel insignia with Star Wars on the hood. See, if I had a car, like, I would want a Star Wars car. Who wouldn't? Best I can handle right now is one of those Porg on board items that was sent to us in a recent unboxing. I finally got it to stick, too. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to show you these cards. Ahsoka and Anakin. I love this sporty little design, and the vehicle color too. Color, I should say. Orange. Can't get enough Ahsoka. Boy, wouldn't it be amazing to see her show up in Episode 9? Here we have another Anakin vehicle with Obi-Wan. This is the second of the 3 Obi-Wan vehicles. Obi-Wan shows up 3 times. Boy, Obi-Wan just wait. 3 times? No? Yes? No, just twice. Sorry, just twice. I was thinking 3 times, but Obi-Wan gets to show up twice, as does Anakin. Sorry, which one did I begin to open? I should have just held it up one at a time. I got too excited. Alright. Thank you for powering down. Not everybody out there. Hopefully you're still with me. This vehicle, a white vehicle, blue windows, very colorful. And then, again, the nice thing is that I wouldn't imagine the paint, as long as it doesn't sustain too much wear and tear, should stick around for quite a while. Scared you? You thought you sent a duplicate? No, Chirag, you did not. I posted the picture, of course, across social earlier, and I do appreciate it. Ooh, I like this. Look at that. It's a very streamlined vehicle. Now, I know there are car enthusiasts out there. I am not a car enthusiast. I love toys. I love Star Wars toys. But did I finish talking about the Toys That Made Us? They got a Star Wars episode. You got to watch it. They also have one on G.I. Joe and the Transformers as well. Or at least those are the others that I watched in the series. So the vehicles created for this particular set include, you have to pardon, I'm a little old, having grown up in the 80s. We had the Fished and Chipped, that would be the Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Darth Sidious and Darth Maul would have been the Asphalt Assault. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, the MST Sakuza. Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano, Audacious. The Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger would have been the Torque Twister. Yoda and Luke Skywalker, the Boulevard Bruiser. Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader, Muscle Tone. Supreme Leader Snoke and Kylo Ren, Night shifter. That's what we see. So not a lot of fancy, I guess, packaging to this. Apart from the art. The art is really nice. It's really something I think worth holding on to. But the back is very, very similar. I love the fact that it's collect them all. You can see all of them on the back. But you can save, if they can save money and pass those savings along to me, color me a fan, and whatever they can do to make these things not cost as much as they may normally cost. Again, I guess they were picked up for 99 cents, a gift from Chirag Bad Car. Thank you again for today's mail call. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully, you will be able to join us in the Discord chat server. If you head over to the link in the video description, it's easy to do. And the conversation is always about Star Wars. It's pretty much always on topic. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.